Today, the internet still leaves many people behind. Coverage is lacking, speeds are slow, and data is still very expensive, even as AI still pushes us to move faster. Every month, billions of gigabytes of internet bandwidth go unused and wasted, and that wastage could have been reallocated to empower millions instead. That's why we have founded Simplify, to open up internet access for everyone in a smarter, secure, and sustainable way. Simplify is creating a sharing economy for the internet, where data-rich subscribers, or what we call the internet host, can securely and seamlessly share their excess internet bandwidth to data-hungry users. It's much like ride-sharing, but for the internet, turning our extra internet bandwidth into shared value. Smarter Wi-Fi is our core technology that powers internet sharing, enabling users to securely share and monetize their unused bandwidth. It comes built-in with One Touch Connect, making it effortless for anyone to join the network securely. We are making Wi-Fi password a thing in the past. This patented technology is now embedded within our Thunderbird 5G router in delivering terrifying fast internet speed for homes, businesses, and communities. The Thunderbird 5G router is a high-performance plug-and-play router built for the next generation of connectivity. Powered by advanced 5G chipset, it delivers multi-gigabit speeds with ultra-low latency and energy-saving features. And with our Smarter Wi-Fi technology built inside, you can share your internet bandwidth and even earn cashback when people connect to you. All you have to do is to leave it on and start Simplify. Our clients span across multiple industries, from food and beverage like Juice Coffee to Airbnb homestays, resorts, schools, and even airports and smart farms. We help them deliver fast, secure, and reliable internet experiences. Simplify partners with national leaders such as Digital National Berhad, Meranti, and MDAC to pilot different 5G use cases, creating a solid foundation for our expansion. Our equity crowdfunding campaign doubles as a market activation strategy. Investors don't just fund the future, they experience it becoming product champions and brand ambassadors who drive adoption. Over the next 4 years, we aim to deploy 1 million Smarter Wi-Fi across the nation. Along the way, we'll be introducing new products like the Thunderbird 5G Pocket, a more agile, portable device for users on the move. Every step brings us closer to the smarter, more connected world. What excites me most is that Simplify isn't a network built by traditional telecoms. It is built by the people, for the people. It's like an open source in the network society. We are creating a global community where everyone can contribute and take part. Invest in the future of connectivity. Be part of Smarter Wi-Fi revolution. Hello, good evening, everyone. Right, thanks for waiting. For people to come in on a Sunday evening. Right, I'm Yen Pei. I'm the CEO and founder of Simplify. Right, and thanks for joining me virtually online on this particular topic: having slow Wi-Fi but paying too much. Learn how to save more with faster internet. Right. Okay, so we'll start today's session. Right, without further ado, and I'll just introduce myself a little bit. Of course, myself, having worked in the telecom industry for the last 13 years, I founded this company called Simplify. Simplify is a wireless communication tech company that was born straight out of MIT, where I've attended my graduate school program. And Simplify is a company that pioneered internet sharing technology, right? It's a piece of US patented technology. And as of today, we are hosting close to 100,000 Wi-Fi hotspot worldwide, right? So I think next slide. Well, some founding stories behind Simplify, while I was studying my grade school program, if you look at the pictures here, the gentleman in blue t-shirts, that's Erdin, right? Erdin is the founder of MIT Bootcamp. And of course, he was also a senior lecturer at MIT, where I referred him as a guru. Yeah. So when we shared with him about Wi-Fi sharing, so he was like very amazed and fascinated with my idea. And we spent one afternoon, right, at MIT Sloan School of Management, uh, drawing up, right, what it is basically the roadmap of the Simplify company, right? So from there, we start from zero to what we have today. And we're going to share with you more about our products later on. Of course, if you look at the pictures down there, we have a lot of investors and partners already with us. And as of today, Simplify is already an award-winning company, right? And we are MD status, of course, in Malaysia, 100% Malaysian owned, right? Be very proud that this is a Malaysian company. We are already having a venture capitalist backing, where we are actually raising a Series B2, right? Venture round currently. We are valued at 20 million ringgit right now. Truly honored to be crowned Asian Telecom Awards earlier this year. And we are also very proud to be the only Malaysian tech company that has been named, right, in China's this Zhongguancun Forum as 100 best innovative technologies last year, right, in Beijing. Yeah. So of course, there's many other awards that I couldn't name it one by one, but these are some of the major awards that we have won over the last 2 years. All right. So as a company, we are literally aiming to bring seamless, secure, and also sustainable internet to everyone. Yeah. So it's not just about faster internet. It's also about having a secure internet, because you don't want people to be hacking into your network. You want to protect your privacy and security of your data, right? And then it's also sustainable, right? So it's affordable, is bring a lot of green initiative to the world. As we connect to the internet, as we use internet, we are not wasting a lot of energy, right? Like what AI does today, you see. So AI is something that is consuming a lot of energy, and I think the world actually deserve a better initiative to preserve energy, right? As we become a more digital connected society. All right, so I got 3 questions for you, right? The first question here is, how much are you paying for your internet access today, right? So maybe can some of you just type on the chat box, right? Like how much are you paying for your internet? Of course, you know, uh, the cheapest unified fiber broadband plan, right, is 89 ringgit for 100 megabit per second, right? As we all know, right, that's the cheapest one we can find for fiber internet. But of course, each of you would have a different internet plan subscribe, I believe. And of course, 500 meg plan is costing about probably 200 ringgit and above. Yeah. 5G plan, of course, you have unlimited plan, you have quota plan as well. So how much exactly are you paying for internet access today? Anyone? So some of you are paying 89, probably less than 100. Anyone paying less than 50? Raise your hand. Nobody, right? Okay. So that's good. Yeah. So that means we got something to share later on. Yeah. So next question that I want to ask you is that how much data are you using per month? Any one of you here calculate, like, you are tracking or monitoring your data usage every month? Or you are overusing your data quota every month? I don't think so, right? So we are all subscribed to unlimited internet, most of us. And I think literally we have abundance of data to use, right? So, and I don't think you are using it all. Am I right? So the third question would be, right, 3 simple questions that we're going to answer all of these questions today. Are you satisfied with your current internet speed? If I throw these questions to my Facebook groups, I think I'll get a lot of responses, because most of the people in Malaysia
are underserved, and then they have probably internet speed less than a gig of 1 Gbps, right? So 1 gigabit per second. I was in Singapore last month. I was truly amazed that 10 gigabit per second plan costs 34 Sing dollar, right? 34 Sing dollar is about 120, right? If times 4, right? So 120 ringgit for 10 gigabit per second plan in Singapore, right? But I think with 120 ringgit, we probably can sign up to maximum 300 megabit per second plan in Malaysia. Yeah, so there's a difference. Yeah. So I don't think as a Malaysian, we are satisfied with the current internet speed that we have, right? By paying so much, yeah? Because the cost per megabit per second is actually higher in Malaysia as compared to Singapore, right? So leading countries like Korea, even Vietnam, I think they have more affordable plan than in Malaysia, right? So these are the questions that we're going to answer each of these questions as we move along, right, in the next 1 hour and so. And if you look at the data itself from the worldwide data, right, wasting unused internet quota every month, I mean, conservatively, right, each of us would actually waste 3.4 gigabyte per month, which is a very conservative number. If you add this up, right, the world populations, it contributes to 143 petabytes of data wasted every single month. Wow, that's a massive number, right? If you think about, wow, if we can turn this into money, wow, that's tremendously, a huge potential business that we could actually potentially grab, right? So the idea of 1 petabyte is about 13 years of watching 13 years of non-stop YouTube video, right? If you watch YouTube video continuously for 13 years, there's only 1 petabyte. But every month, we're wasting 143 petabytes of data, right? So that's very scary number. Okay, next slide. If you look at Malaysian numbers alone, yeah. So just talking about unlimited broadband plan, with 4.5 million subscribers subscribing to home fiber broadband, right? Unify contributes to 3.2 million, Maxis Fiber 800,000, Time.com, right? If you have Time.com at home, you are one of the 500,000 subscribers, right? So if you add this up, it's about 4.5 million. Okay, so from the government's data is that in 2024, last year, the average data usage per capita in Malaysia is only 21.6 gigabyte. Yeah, per capita, right? So if you have one person at home and you are subscribing to Unify, probably your average usage per capita per person at home is only 21.6 gigabyte, right? So if you fast forward to 2029, right? 5 years fast forward to 2029, it will be only 51.9 gigabyte of data, right? Probably 50 gig, right, per person. Let's say in Malaysia, I think rarely this happen. If you have 10 people in the family, right, living together, sharing your one internet broadband subscription at home, right? Each of you actually use 50 gig, right? So if you times 10, it's only 500 gig, right? So this 500 gig is way lower than the total data usage or subscription that we have been paying for, right? So if you look at number, it's again, we are actually having a lot of bandwidth, but we are not using it up optimally, right? So moving on, is that now Simplify comes in to actually help you to resell your internet bandwidth, right? We've been wasting a lot, we've been paying for it. I don't think the telecoms are actually going to rebate us for the data that are left unused. So Simplify comes in as a business to help you to resell your extra internet bandwidth on the fly. So we are literally connecting data-rich subscribers like you and me, right? We have a lot of bandwidth to share, to contribute. with data hungry users, right? So who are these data hungry users? My neighbors, are they data hungry? I don't think so, because they also have internet bandwidth subscription at home. I don't think anyone needs that, right? So if we look at the next slide, the data hungry users could be like tourists, yeah, foreign tourists coming into Malaysia for a couple of days. And we also found out that 60% of the tourists do not buy a roaming SIM card. Yeah. So how many of you actually bought roaming SIM cards before you travel? Or even turn on your data, mobile data roaming, which is very expensive, right? So 60% of tourists or budget-friendly tourists, they are not either buying a foreign SIM card, they do not turn on this mobile data roaming because it's very expensive, and they rely on public Wi-Fi as they travel. Yeah. So if we could offer them, 5 minutes of connection whenever they go to one place to the other place, that's where simplified smarter Wi-Fi will come in. Yeah. So Grab drivers connecting to passengers sitting behind, because sometimes in certain areas, I don't want to use my own data because I've quota plan. I would rather connect to Wi-Fi, right? So Wi-Fi could be faster. If each of these, Grab car or Grab vehicles is equipped with Wi-Fi in the car itself, definitely I think the passengers would be very happy or delighted to connect to use a faster Wi-Fi service in the car, right? So we have these homestay owners connecting to guests, right? So guests who are checking into your homestay Airbnbs, they want faster Wi-Fi. Obviously, when I travel for work, we call it workcation. I would rather use homestay Wi-Fi rather than my own, Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone. Yeah. So I want to conserve my battery, and this way, I would love to actually use the homestay Wi-Fi. F&B outlets, Coffee Bean, Starbucks, Meat Shack offer Wi-Fi. I believe more people will be sitting into Meat Shack, right? So remote workers who are actually working at these cafe locations, they don't mind paying a small fee just to access fast Wi-Fi, in the cafe itself, right? I don't mind paying RM1 just to access, the Wi-Fi for Zoom call like tonight. I can sit cozily, sipping coffee, and then having listened to certain podcasts or Zoom or watching YouTube without any interaction, right? In the at the coffee outlets, right? Students connecting hostel Wi-Fi as well, even foreign workers who are actually connecting to their so-called Wi-Fi in the hostel, right? Event halls, will give you more examples later on, because we have worked on many of these projects, and we know how painful it is as exhibitors and visitors, right? Going to a certain conference center or conference hall, whereby this mobile signal is not great, but they don't even have Wi-Fi in-house. Yeah, so that's a pain to a lot of exhibitors who want to showcase their digital products during the exhibitions. So we have one new use case as well: EV drivers who are driving EVs or even AVs, right? Autonomous vehicle in the future, are connecting to charging stations. Yeah. So charging stations are equipped with very good Wi-Fi, whereby your EVs can download music, download TV programs, doing software upgrades for your car while you are enjoying 20 minutes of charging time. Yeah. So you also can actually enjoy, right, fast Wi-Fi while you're waiting for your car to be charged. Right. So these are very typical scenarios that we see how data-rich users like you and me can connect to data-hungry users in these kind of scenarios, right? So I'm just sharing with you as the background of the topic today, where can we actually sell our data, right? Potentially in all these places. Now, what's Smarter Wi-Fi? So Smarter Wi-Fi is a patented technology that we have within Simplify. In fact, it's very simple to work, because you just need to download our Smarter Wi-Fi app on App Store or Google Play Store. And then from there, you can configure Smarter Wi-Fi for your phone, for your router at home. You're using a TP-Link, Huawei, D-Link, ZTE router, doesn't matter which brands. you can make it a smarter Wi-Fi, right? So smarter Wi-Fi has three features here. First thing, internet sharing. You can start sharing your internet for a small amount of fee. Yeah, so we are charging 1 ringgit for 1 GB of data consumed by other users. When people connect to you, they use 1 GB of data, they will be charged 1 ringgit, yeah, for 1 GB of data. And then second important point is that, as I mentioned, right, it's a secure internet. So this is not free internet, this is not open internet. It's a secure internet whereby we embed this smarter Wi-Fi with double encrypted password. If you look at the password highlighted in blue, I believe none of us would be able to remember this kind of password, right? Because it's all jumbled up with these alphabets and characters and numbers. And then literally, I don't think any hackers would be convenient, right? So to hack into your network easily, right? Because this password is double encrypted. It's all jumbled up with all these, numerous, these characters, right? So random characters. And then I think it's definitely much more difficult to hack compared to the conventional password that we all can remember. And the last feature is One Touch Connect. Having all this complexity built around this simplified smarter Wi-Fi, of course, we want convenience as well, right? So you don't want to remember all these complex passwords. Let the app that is intelligent enough to go and decipher the password on the fly. We are not hacking your password. It's just that the app use some crypto algorithms to decipher your password on the fly. Yeah, because the compute power within your phone is very fast. And then we're using the processing capability of your phones as like iPhone 17 today that can decipher or decrypt your password very quickly without revealing your password to strangers, right? So in the meantime, Smarter Wi-Fi protects your network environment with our password. And then Smarter Wi-Fi, using the app itself is also able to decrypt the password on the fly so that none of the phone would need to remember your password or store your password online, yeah, which is very dangerous because if you store anything online, trust me, one day your password will be compromised, right? So that happens to our Google, Facebook password. And they always ask us to change our password every 3 months, right? That's because they store our password are on the server, right? Same for iCloud as well. Okay, now moving on, right? If you look at how do we charge the customers, right? So for every gigabyte of data, as I mentioned, using Smarter Wi-Fi, we charge 1 ringgit for every gig use. And the host like you will actually get 70% of the data revenue collected. So for every 1 ringgit, $1 or whatever, you're going to get 70%, right? 70 cents, right? So simplified takes a cut of 30%, just like Grab or even Foodpanda. You might be questioning, right? If I don't sell, I will be getting zero, right? So it's better to sell and get some cash back. So how much can you sell in a month, right? Typically, I think it depends on scenario because it depends where do you share this mobile data. I'm going to share with you more use cases later on, yeah, as we move into where do we actually sell our Wi-Fi and what will be the potential revenue, right, that we get every single month out of this internet sharing, right? So just a bit of an introduction on our app. I think just 2 months ago, we have actually introduced our new Smarter Wi-Fi version 6. That has been deployed now on Google Play Store and also App Store, which means now you can also start sharing and earning cashback even from your device hotspot. If you turn on your device hotspot, you can configure a Smarter Wi-Fi on your Android device and start selling to people around you, right? So of course you have to turn on your hotspot, as you go, right? So, but anyway, the technology is now available on Android. Yeah, if you turn on your hotspot on your Android phones, you can start selling, like any internet service provider. Okay, so let's move on to a bit of 5G, right? So how many of you know about 5G? Other than 5G is faster internet, yeah, but what really 5G is? when it comes to the usage scenario, 5G is not built for smartphone users like you and me, yeah. So 5G has a lot more applications like autonomous vehicle. We see robots, we see AI, we see Internet of Things. I will show you a few more use cases when I visited China just last month in October. You know, actually, I was on the tour sponsored by Huawei, and they brought us to see a lot more use cases about 5G deployment in China. I was truly amazed what 5G can do, right, in the digital world, right? So next slide, if you look at 5G timeline, right? So I think we are already in the 5G era, yeah? So in fact, in Malaysia, we've started this 5G advanced era, right? Whereby this, yes, 5G is the first telecom in Malaysia that has launched a 5G Advanced just last month as well. Just do check, Google or ChatGPT, just ask on ChatGPT who has launched a 5G Advanced in Malaysia. I think the answer is yes, 5G. And then we should be talking about gigabit per second. If we are already in 5G era and we still talk about megabit per second, the perception is obviously wrong, right? So we should be talking about gigabit per second. So in 5G era, it is something like 1 gigabit per second, right? If you are expecting that kind of speed, I think 5G has fiber broadband light speed, right? So literally the second perception that I want to correct everyone here is that, oh, fiber is faster than 5G, which is not true, because 5G is actually built to be, high speed, as fast as fiber optic this broadband, right? So it's a fiber light speed for 5G, and even you can't see 5G signal, it doesn't mean that it is slow and not stable, yeah? So, and 5G has a second premise, right? It is also built for low latency, yeah? So it is very fast. It can move as fast as like a F1 car, right? Just think about F1 car, right? It's very fast, high speed, but F1 can carry only one passenger, right? So the driver himself, right? He can move very fast, but only the driver is driving, right, in the car. But the low latency is that, the low latency is that, yes, it can carry one person, but back and forth, right? The low latency means that, this F1 car can travel fast, but not just fast. It can travel back and forth, from the earth to the moon, from the moon comes back again in the split second, right? So this is what it means by low latency. If you are a gamer, we always measure the quality of gaming, that means it's low ping, right? So we don't want a high ping network, we want a low ping network. So what does it mean by ping? Ping means that if you send a signal from your phone or from your device to the server and comes back, that's considered one ping, yeah? So one round trip, that's what it means by low latency, all right? So the third premise is that 5G has large bandwidth, right? Instead of sending one person, sitting in in the F1 car, traveling back and forth in the very fast speed, but now you can carry a bus load of passengers, yeah? So 48 passengers in one bus, they can travel at F1 speed back and forth, all right? Without interruptions, and that's 5G, yeah? So high bandwidth, high speed, low latency. These are the three premises why 3GPP actually built 5G and then deployed 5G in various countries and market that we serve, right? Okay, if we look at the 6G timeline, right? 6G is not coming anytime soon. It's going to be in 2030, which is 5 years from now. I've checked this timeline with Huawei. I've also checked this timeline with MCMC, Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission. Yeah, so the MCMC actually governs the wireless standards in Malaysia. So if you look at that timeline, it's going to be 2030. Yeah, so it's 5 years from now. So forget about 6G. Let's focus on 5G now. All right, so if we look at the next slide here, well, as I said, enhanced mobile broadband is faster speed, ultra reliable, low latency. Of course, as I said, can travel back and forth, and it's very suitable for things like drones, autonomous vehicle. Autonomous vehicle doesn't mean that it has to be a passenger vehicle. Yeah, you see this autonomous vehicle in delivering robots. Yeah, so robots that can deliver food, right? So those are also considered autonomous vehicle. Yeah. Industrial automation like smart factories that can operate itself, facial recognition system that requires instant recognition of your face, like you're crossing the border, right, into Singapore. Singapore have this facial recognition at the auto gate, right, for this borders control. And then you see the third one is called massive machine type communications. Yeah. So 5G is meant for large bandwidth, as I said. A lot more devices can actually connect to 5G towers at any one time. Yeah. So in 1 square kilometer, right, if there's one tower serving on 5G, they can serve up to 1 million devices connecting to this 5G tower simultaneously in 1 square kilometer itself. Right. That's tremendously massive, right? And that's what 5G is all about. All right, so I'm going to show you some pictures and videos, right? Interesting one that I've took in China recently. When I landed in Hangzhou Airport, the first thing that I saw is the police, this autonomous patrol car, right, at the airport. There's no man inside, unmanned, right, humanless, but it's going around at the airport, right, at the entrance area to do surveillance. Yeah. And then second picture at the top is that you see this a lot in China as well, the talking avatar, right? The big screen with talking avatar, and then we have a lot of interesting interactive sessions. Even this avatar can point you directions to places of interest. You can look up for information by just talking in your native language, right? And then it start interact with you, right? It can serve advertisements as well, right? Very interesting advertisements in China. And then we're seeing a lot of interesting applications on 5G, right? So this real life avatar that can converse with you naturally, just like any other human, and it's operating over 5G, right? And then you can see this robot dancing, right? You can configure this robot to dance like Blackpink. I'm not too sure whether it does Aaron Kwok dancing. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure that the robots can mimic, right, human in terms of our actions, right? So that's what we call artificial intelligence, right? So the AI that has been embedded into robots that can mimic your actions. Yeah, we can train the robots to do that, right? I even see a robot that can do the lion dance. Yeah, so probably next year during Chinese New Year, we can invite all these robot lion dance team to do a lion dance show without giving ampao, right? Also, they will accept. So I think these are some of the things that I've interestingly noticed in China, right? The next slide. When I went to this Hangzhou itself, is a high-tech city, right, in China, and we went to a place called IoT Street, right, Internet of Things Street, right. In Chinese saying is 物联网街. I mean, it sounds very, very weird, right? But in China, you see some interesting street names, yeah. So in these IoT streets, I noticed that at the smart pole, right, and this is actually right in front of HIK Vision, the headquarters. Yeah, HIK Vision actually made CCTVs, right? So they are actually manufacturing CCTVs. And in front of this IoT street, they have all these surveillance camera. Yeah, and all these cameras are all connected to 5G network, right? That can stream visuals instantly, from the street back to the headquarters to do surveillance, right? Whether they are doing object recognition, whether they are tracking the traffic, whether they are surveying all these the pedestrians and so on and so forth to provide street safety. It's all done through these cameras, right? So how many of you can count how many CCTVs are mounted on the pole itself? Anyone want to make a guess? In the last sharing, we have audience, just like you, right? They really went to count, one by one, and they have counted like 28 of them mounted on this smart pole, right, in Hangzhou. Okay, so kind of very interesting use case, yeah, over 5G. So the other feature that I want to introduce to you on 5G is that is fixed wireless access, right? So we call it FWA, and this fundamentally what Simplify is doing right now in Malaysia. And we are deploying all these 5G routers, yeah, we call it 5G routers all around the 5G towers to provide an extra amount of connectivity. So with the tower sitting in the middle, it's not enough because the tower is serving your handset, right? Your smartphones, your iPhones, your Android phones, your iPad, right? With a SIM card, you're probably connecting to 5G, yeah? So what if other devices, yeah, the Ray-Ban, smart glasses that Mark Zuckerberg has just launched, the drones that you're connecting to, the smart TVs that you have at home, or even this TV box that you have purchased to stream contents online, those are not 5G capable, yeah, but they needs Wi-Fi, right? So this FWA technology is to turn 5G into Wi-Fi network for your house, for your outlets, for your shops, for your factories, and for your premises. Yeah. So we are deploying these 5G routers that can connect 5G, right? It can actually use 5G network as a backhaul, and then it broadcasts a very fast Wi-Fi to all your devices, right? Even legacy devices like the Nokia 3310, as long as it has Wi-Fi, it can connect to this 5G network behind. Yeah, so that's the power of fixed wireless access. Yeah, so it's 5G behind, but the only thing that you need to connect to it is Wi-Fi network. So all your home devices or appliances that is Wi-Fi capable will be able to connect and enjoy 5G speed, right? As long as you have Wi-Fi in this antenna. All right, so we are going to introduce to you, right, a bit more about Thunderbird 5G, which is our flagship product from Simplify. And under this product itself is already selling very well on Shopee. You can just check Thunderbird 5G routers on Shopee. It is a plug and play device. First thing, plug and play. You don't need to pull cables into your house. If you want fast 5G internet for your home, you no longer have to pull fiber optic cables. Yeah, you no longer have to even make appointments to telecom technicians to come to install for you, because you just need to buy a SIM card, slot in, and then power it up. You got fast internet for your home and your shops. Yeah, and the good thing is that you have smarter Wi-Fi built inside. Yeah, so it's just like Intel inside. But if you buy a Thunderbird 5G routers, you can start sharing and selling your internet bandwidth to people around you, right? If you have a shop, if you have a co-working space, if you have a homestay, if you have an apartment, you can get this Thunderbird 5G routers and start selling your extra internet bandwidth and then start earning cashback from that. Yeah. It also offers One Touch Connect, right? So should any guests that you serve, they can download our Smarter Wi-Fi app to connect to this Thunderbird 5G router at one touch. Yeah, you don't need to give or even print a password and then state it on the desk or table. We are literally making password a history, right? So we already have certifications in Malaysia. It's certified by MCMC, CRIM, and also MySTI, right? It's under MOSTI. So I think we have these triple certifications, right, in Malaysia already. So it's actually a legitimate product that we are selling. And we're also bundling it with unlimited data plan, right? I'm going to review the price later on, right? Just be a bit patient. The unlimited data plan comes exclusively with simplified Thunderbird 5G routers, right? Which will be reviewed in 1 minute's time, right? Okay, so I think before we talk more about Thunderbird 5G, I think you can see all these interesting features with quad-core processor. It is equivalent to your the latest iPhone 17 is as powerful as an iPhone 17 right now. It comes with energy efficient design, right? Which means it is not consuming a lot of electricity because we all want to save power. And it's only operating on 12 volts, 1.5 amp, right? Which is literally very energy conserving, right? So Thunderbird 5G router is really an energy saving device. It's very powerful, but it's energy saving a device, right? So and without further ado, maybe we just jump into a commercials. And we work with BBK Network. Probably you know them. In a very interesting advertisements whereby we help them to equip one of their talk show, a comedy show in Johor, with Thunderbird 5G routers. And the exchange is they help us to advertise Thunderbird 5G routers. All right, so watch these commercials. Just hang on, I think we missed the audio.
装修有困难，新店开张，装潢都搞定了，但是网线却还没有拉好。
哎，不要耽误营业，使用由 Simplify 推出的 Thunderbird 雷鸟5G 路由器吧，只需要一张 SIM 卡，一插电就能用。它具备稳定高速5G 网络，不管是上传还是下载都超快。它支持多设备连接，可以同时连接多达128台设备，不管是 POS 机、CCTV、员工和顾客的 WiFi 都可以全部搞定，而且距离远也不掉速，网速稳稳的。
如果是觉得家里拉线很麻烦的话，地区偏远或者是装修有困难，把 Thunderbird 雷鸟5G 路由器放在家用也非常之方便哦。
它的设计更是小巧美观，搬家换电时也可以随意带走。
而且最特别的是，它还备有智能 Smarter WiFi 的功能，意思就是呢，如果你每个月有多余用不完的网络带宽，你还可以通过这个 Smarter WiFi 的 App 呢，把它卖给其他用户，以换取更多的现金回报。Simplify Thunderbird 雷鸟5G 路由器，你上网最佳的伴侣。
现在就点击链接了解详情，立即下单使用 BBK 的优惠码，可以获得18%的专属折扣。
Simplify 共享网络，
共创未来。
All right, so thank you, BBK Network, and you can enjoy a special 10% discount if you use their promo code, right? Okay, so BBK Network helps us to advertise Thunderbird 5G routers, and interestingly, we know them through one of their events, and we went all the way down to Johor Bahru just to equip the opera one of the opera house in JB, right, with Thunderbird 5G network, right? So we deploy altogether 6 Thunderbird 5G in this opera house. They can house 600 people interacting with Lucas from BBK Network, right, simultaneously during the comedy talk show, right? That was back in August. Yeah, you can see that you can scan a QR code, connect to Thunderbird 5G Wi-Fi, and then literally your phone will be automatically connected to this fast network. And we deploy 6 Thunderbird 5G routers within half an hour. Yeah, just before the talk show starts. Yeah, so it's very easy to deploy, very fast network. And I think people really appreciate that, right? Instead of pulling the cable into the opera house or, asking for Wi-Fi network where this entirely this event hall is new, which is not possible, right? At that point of time, we just need 6 different PowerPoints connect to Thunderbird, and you work, right? So I promised to review the pricing, right? So this is what we are paying right now. The cheapest broadband plans that you can find in Malaysia, right? First one, Unify, 100 meg, right? Low latency, yes. You need to sign up contract, yes. You are paying 89 ringgit without SSD, yeah. So 89 ringgit is the cheapest so-called the fiber broadband plan, right, in Malaysia. And then we skip the simplified one in the middle. We look at the wireless broadband plan, right? Mobile broadband plan, yeah. So if you are signing up with U Mobile on 5G, you probably get about, close to 1 gig because of thanks to this U Mobile Ultra 5G network that they have just deployed, right? So I've seen a lot of Facebook fans, right, posting they are getting close to 1 gigabit per second speed right now, and it's been deployed gradually across Malaysia. They are selling at a monthly price of 68 ringgit per month, right? So if you want to sign up with U Mobile 5G plan, unlimited plan, is about 68 ringgit per month, right? Okay, now look at Starlink, right? Starlink is an entirely different option, right? It's leveraging on satellite broadband. It's more suitable for rural areas, where you don't have Unify, you don't have this mobile signal, nothing, you have nothing there, then you will be considering Starlink, right? Because you have to buy the satellite dish that costs you probably 1,600 ringgit just to get the satellite dish. It's one-time payment, and then you need to get somebody to install it for you, right? Probably they charge you 150, to 300 ringgit. And then you get to pay a monthly price of 220 ringgit per month without contract. Yeah, without contract, but every month, if you want to enjoy Starlink, it's 220 ringgit. It's one of the most expensive plan in Malaysia, right? When you consider satellite broadband. Okay, now then we come back to simplified network, right? We collaborate with Yes 5G. We offer 5G advanced broadband network, right? Of course, you get very good speed, just like U Mobile. As I mentioned, 5G is about, enhanced mobile broadband, right? Very fast internet at high bandwidth, low latency, with no contract. It's good to hear that there's no contract. You get the SIM card for your own use. It only costs 58 ringgit per month without contract, right? So the only thing that you need to get is the SIM card from Yes and a Thunderbird 5G router from Simplify, right? So if you calculate, it's going to save you a lot of money over 2 years' time, right? And then you enjoy high bandwidth, high quality internet broadband speed. And also, of course, you can connect up to 128 devices with the capability of our Thunderbird 5G routers. Yeah, go check it out, right? On Yes website. So on Yes, as I mentioned, I don't want to go into details. I think Yes have launched 5G Advanced just last month, and then we'll work with them to provide this unlimited data plan network at 58 ringgit per month. And of course, our device is also compatible with any other telco, right? But these are the two telcos that I would like to recommend because the first one, Yes 5G, operates on the first 5G network in Malaysia, and U Mobile, U Home 5G operates on the second 5G network in Malaysia. So the best of both worlds will combine it. Simplify is able to operate on the first 5G network and also operate on the second 5G network with U Mobile, right? So both these plans are very affordable at 58 per month or 68 per month with no contract, right? With no contract. You don't have to sign up any contract, right? You just pay as it is. And if you feel like you don't like it, you want to terminate, you can terminate without any penalty. Yeah. So this is going to save you a lot of money. And the best thing of Thunderbird 5G is that the device works with any other telco in Malaysia. Not just these two. You slot in a Maxi SIM card, it will also work, right? Just that I don't recommend it here because other telco provides their plan slightly at a higher tier. Yeah, it's not going to be 58 or 68. It's at a higher price, right? So, but anyway, I personally would recommend Yes and U Mobile. Okay. Okay, now we have to switch gear into where we can sell our Wi-Fi, right? So having know the product, having understand smarter Wi-Fi internet sharing, now is to look at where we deploy these Thunderbird 5G routers, yeah? So if you've seen this KLIA TV at Malaysian airports, at KLIA, behind this KLIA TV kiosk, right, at the departure lounge, right, it's actually operating on simplified routers. We have also deployed Simplify to Airbnb, homestay, smart campus, campus Chunghwa Middle School that have a lot of students living in the hostel, right? So even Jabatan Pertanian Smart Farm, right? Way up in northern part of Malaysia called Perlis, the weather stations actually operates on this smarter Wi-Fi. With Bungkus now, the mobile version of Bungkus Cao Cao, they are operating a food truck and then they are on the move. They are also using our simplified routers. Events, right? The recent ASEAN Malaysia 2025 in the exhibition hall at KL Convention Center, the Ministry of Agriculture actually rented a few units from us and deployed at their booth, right, to pop their digital solution showcase, yeah, during ASEAN's the ASEAN Summit 2025, right, just recently. And one of our biggest customer, Juice Coffee, right? If you look at Juice Coffee here, they gave us some of the most challenging terrains, yeah. Genting Highlands, 3 outlets in Genting Highlands, all using Thunderbird 5G routers. KLIA, they know that we are also operating in KLIA, so they gave us their premise in KLIA, using Thunderbird 5G routers as well. We have also got KL Central, right? One of the busiest transportation hub, right, in KL, which is KL Central, is also operating on Thunderbird 5G routers. Of course, there are some smaller outlets, right, all over in Malaysia, also using Thunderbird 5G routers, like R&R in Malacca. We have one case whereby they are actually using Thunderbird 5G router at Juice Coffee at one Caltex petrol station, right? There was no fiber optic cables. The lines from other telco are pretty weak, so they opted for Thunderbird 5G routers as their preferred solution. Yeah, so Juice Coffee has almost 1,000 outlets across Malaysia, and they've chosen to work with Simplify. All right, so yeah, I think I just skimmed through some of the success case story on Juice. Of course, you know this brand called Hai Di Lao, right? Hai Di Lao in Bentong. This is the outdoor Hai Di Lao, yeah, not the one that we see in shopping malls at Sama Pyramid, but this one is the outdoor one. It's also operating on Simplify. As I mentioned, KLIA TV, right? So, wow, this is something that I want to spend a bit more time on. I think this is interesting. This is the first 5G bus stop in Malaysia, right? So it has been sort of like constructed last month. We are finishing the Malaysia first 5G bus stop in Ipoh, right? Where this 5G bus stop comes with bus information panel, just like LT here. You can see that the bus is arriving in 2 minutes time, and then it has advertisement panel, right? If you look at the actual photographs that we have taken, right, at the bus stop, it has an emergency button, it has a CCTV, also provide safety for passengers. It has Wi-Fi, at the bus stop itself, right? Fast Wi-Fi, and then we put the Thunderbird 5G routers inside the cabinet under the smart pole, right? This is a smart pole underneath, just constructed beside the bus stop itself, right? So all other things like the vending machines, the lights, the surveillance cameras, CCTVs, the bus information panel, the display panel, all is connected using our Wi-Fi, right? At the first 5G bus stop in Malaysia. Yeah, so we will be waiting for the authority to announce this to the press, but currently it's been constructed. Yeah, just waiting to be announced, right? So looking forward to that. And this is at Bukit Jalil, right? Meranti is the agency under Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MOSTI. And they used to be called Technology Park Malaysia. If you've been to Pavilion at Bukit Jalil, so next to it, there are 3 plots of land, right? In phases, they're going to build one of the largest technology park in Malaysia. And this technology park in Malaysia will be using Smarter Wi-Fi. All right. So we have signed the collaboration agreement with Meranti to actually deploy Smarter Wi-Fi, technology park wide. Yeah. So it's going to be a tremendous project for us as well. So inside Meranti itself, we have cooperate with Meranti, the 5G Experience Center, whereby we are testing a lot of 5G applications and CPE, these 5G modems, yeah. So to provide a report to Malaysian technology users like you, to know which are the good 5G routers that we are working on and is compatible with Smarter Wi-Fi, yeah. So we have a little exhibition center inside this experience center that I hope one day I could also bring you there to experience other 5G applications, yeah, when future opportunity arises, right? So again, right, look at this picture, yeah. Of course, we have to convince, right, the ministry, right, the governments, yeah, they've been pushing 5G a lot, and of course we are also pushing 5G from the industry background. And the minister himself, right, Yang Berhormat Tuan Chanikang, right, Minister of Science and Technology, he himself got a Thunderbird 5G router for his service center in Bido, Perak. Yeah, so I was truly amazed that the entire Bido town, right, in Perak State is covered by 5G, right? Very good 5G coverage. You go any corner in Bido, they are like 5 to 600 meg per second, right? So very amazing. And the minister himself decided to get a 5G router for his service center. Yeah. So, and this is our testament, right? Even the minister himself trusts 5G more than pulling cables into his center. Right. All right. So this one is at the TRX. Yeah, of course, the tall building that we see if you are living in KL, TRX building. At the lobby itself, we partner with Digital National Berhad, right, which is the consortium that deploys the first 5G network for Malaysia. There is a showcase center called My 5G Portal, where they showcase simplified Thunderbird 5G routers inside My 5G Portal at TRX, right? So this is the landmark, right, in the country, and we are given this showcase lounge inside this My 5G Portal to actually showcase Thunderbird capability, right? So inside the lounge itself, we have in fact brought quite a number of our investors last month to visit the place, right? So they came to our virtual webinar like this one. Later on, I'm going to open up this opportunity for you to visit the place in December. We have one more session on the 11th of December afternoon, whereby we are hopefully able to invite some of you to this My 5G Portal at TRX. So you can experience more 5G use cases within this experience center at TRX itself. Yeah. So during that day, we have brought 37 people from different backgrounds and from different locations into this My 5G Portal to experience different 5G applications. Yeah. So, and I think everyone was having a fun time there. Yeah. Of course, 5G is not just for smartphones, as I said, right? So vending machines now operated using Wi-Fi built in with a Wi-Fi network inside, where the workers know when to replenish all the stocks for these vending machines at their fingertips. Yeah, so they have an app that monitors the stocks level, and then they will be able to drive to certain locations to replenish the stocks when it finishes. Yeah. This entirely one interesting thing that we have brought into Malaysia last year was the autonomous coffee robot, right? So these coffee making machines has a robotic arm that can serve or brew Americano in just 50 seconds. Yeah. So in just 50 seconds, it can brew Americano, right, instantly. And then it is actually serving a lot of customers. We have showcased this in front of Star Hill for 3 days, and people are lining up to experience, right? How does it taste like, a coffee made by this robot coffee machine, right? Instantly. And this entire machine is powered by Thunderbird 5G router. Just one Thunderbird 5G router that powers the entire robot coffee machine that were deployed at Star Hill, right, in Kuala Lumpur, right? So this is one of the showcase that we've put together. And the Smarter Wi-Fi for weather stations, interestingly, in police, this is the digital weather stations that we have. It can monitor wind speed, rainfall data, the air quality, and so on and so forth, right? Of course, I can look at police data on my iPad in Kuala Lumpur here. And this entire thing is using simplified Wi-Fi, right? And this is a 3D video that we have captured at the site. Yeah. So you can see simplified Wi-Fi, solar powered, and then it is still standing in the police, inside the Harum Manis mango farm, right? We are monitoring the weather for Jabatan Pertanian. Yeah. So these are the government projects that we have won, and we work with Jabatan Pertanian to also equip these digital weather stations with high resolution AI surveillance camera, so that we can take visuals, right, within the farm itself and doing AI tracking, animal intrusions. We're also able to monitor fruit ripeness and so on and so forth, right, using these high resolution camera that we have installed on top of these digital weather stations. And of course, we have customers, right, on the list. I'm not able to go into each of every of these business that we serve, but of course, it's more than this list right now. Yeah, even we're serving resorts, university, gadget store, F&B outlets. Of course, there are many branded names that you see, like Astro and so on. They are also our customers. All right, the potential for 5G fixed wireless access, right? So it's tremendous. If you look at the data itself, until 2030, as I said, 2030 is the year where we switch to 6G, right? So from now to 2030, it's about 5 years' time. We're able to serve, just in Malaysia alone, right? Conservatively, we're able to serve 200,000 subscribers, getting Thunderbird 5G. And let's say from these 200,000 subscribers that we intend to sell to, each of them just pay 500 ringgit to buy the device, So this market alone is 100 million market, right? Very conservative number, right? Within the next 5 years, if we are only serving 200,000 subscribers, which is very conservative, as I told you before, right? In Malaysia, we're 4.5 million fixed broadband subscriber, 4.5 million. So out of this 4.5 million, we're able to convert 200,000 only, right, into converting them into getting a 5G routers, and each router only costs 500 ringgit. It is 100 million ringgit business, right? So it's very simple math, and this only for Malaysia, So it's 100 million ringgit business. Okay, now we look at how Simplify makes money, right? So of course, Simplify makes money by selling devices. It also makes money by Smarter Wi-Fi, right? People are selling their extra bandwidth, right? If you are selling your extra bandwidth, Simplify takes 30% commission, right? So this is how we money also. And of course, we show you, right? We've been selling to Juice Coffee, we've been serving the governments, we've been selling to a lot of F&B, homestay, hotel, resorts, and so on and so forth. First 5G bus stop. These are professional services. Yeah. So on top of selling routers, we're also providing services to all these customers, right? So Simplify makes money from 3 revenue streams: from the device, from this Smarter Wi-Fi service, and also professional service. So what if you become an investor of Simplify? Yeah. So if we open up the company for you to invest, of course, from day one, you're already saving a lot, right? In terms of low subscription fee, right? I've already shown you, right, that how to save money if you convert to 5G, which is literally faster than your home broadband fiber optic network, which you are paying a lot now. But now, if you convert to Thunderbird 5G with Yes 5G or U Mobile, you are enjoying a lower subscription fee, right? You're saving more money while enjoying better speed. Yeah. And of course, on top of that, you will also be enjoying internet sharing revenue, right? Because now I've told you that you couldn't finish your internet bandwidth, right? Every month you've been wasting that, and telecom is not going to rebate you. So if you're selling with Simplify, Smarter Wi-Fi, you are able to earn cashback, right? At 1 ringgit for 1 gigabyte of data, right? Okay, if I sell 50 gig per month, hey, I'm able to get back 50 ringgit per month, right? So why not? Yeah. And I don't even have to do a lot of stunts, right? Because I just turn my Wi-Fi on 24 hours by 7. I don't even have to do anything. Just leave it on and start making cashback. Third one, if you are the investor of Simplify, you are also able to earn referral fee. Yeah. If you are referring your friends, family, customers, just by referring them to be our customers, right? You are able to make commission as well, right? Of course, the commission structure will be providing you the commission structure from 5% to 15% as a commission if you become our investors, right? So that's how you make money as well, right? So being an investor or being Simplified, you all makes money, right? So it's kind of like a very lucrative offer from us. So as I said, 100 million business spending across 5 years. Yeah. So this is a projection that we are trying to hit. And this year alone, we hopefully can actually reach, half of next year goal, which is 2 million, right? In fact, our track record over the last 5 years has been tremendous. Yeah. So we started during the lockdown in 2020. Our revenue was just less than 100,000 ringgit. Yeah. And as of today, we're already making 2 million. Next year, target is a bit higher, 4 million. Next year onwards, 2027, the following year is close to 10 million, right? We keep on moving on, and the trajectory suggests that we'll be able to hit 50 million, right, in the next 5 years. Yeah, looking at our track records. And by then, if you are an investor of Simplify, you'll be enjoying, right, 13 times growth in terms of your share, right? Because as you know that if you invest early, the payback, right, is actually higher, right? So invest early, and then the potential growth is 13 times, right? In fact, as of today, 5 years back, the investor are already getting 20 times, right, their share price. Yeah. So because 5 years ago, when we got nothing, they invested at a very small amount. Now their shares actually worth 20 times. Yeah. At the current valuation of 20 million ringgit. Right. So that's our track record. And this round, right, we are also opening up to all of you, right, to invite you to become our investors. You can invest a very small amount, right? No problem, right? Don't worry about the amount first, yeah? So thinking about investing first, because it's a high growth business here. We have already raised a couple of rounds, yeah? So you are not the first investors, right? You are coming into Series B2, right? And we're opening up to all public investors, regulated by, it's actually hosted on my startup platform, regulated by Securities Commission of Malaysia, right? So this is not scam, yeah? So it's all regulated by the government. And we intend to raise up to 5 million ringgit, yeah, as part of this crowdfunding program, okay? So in the past, who are our investors? Well, our investors are professional investors in Series A and Series B1. Yeah, these are people from venture cap. They have already invested. Yeah, and just last year, before we even have the 5G routers, the Thunderbird 5G routers, we already have venture capitalists invested in our company, right? And that's why after they have invested, we came up with our Thunderbird 5G routers. We're actively selling that already with ready products. And I believe that the market is also ready. We have shown you where we have deployed Thunderbird 5G routers across Malaysia. Yeah. And now we're opening up to all of you to also become our micro investors. And next round, our team is already preparing for next round with 10 million ringgit raised as part of Series C, right? So I couldn't reveal much now, but let's focus on Series B2 for all of you. All right, so you must be probably waiting for this investment package, right? So we are offering investment packages from as low as 30,000 to 200,000, right? So as of this moment, and then at this point of time, we haven't go live yet, right? This is a preview of this investment package, and as an early bird, you are getting additional 10% shares. Yeah. So we're going to go live on 1st of December. But as of now, you are still considered early birds, and early birds get 10% extra shares. And out of this plan is that we're going to give you a lot of routers, right? You can see that, wow, 15 Thunderbird routers, 5 routers, free subscription, 2-year subscription, and so on and so forth. Yeah. We're giving you smart board as well, right? So for you to experience the latest technology that we have. You're also getting referral commission. And then there's something called host and manage, right? So what for, right? You want so many routers, I just need 1 routers, right? For my home, and probably one routers for my office, right? That's all. But why are you giving me 15 routers? Wow. We are giving you all these routers because we provide host and manage service for you. So if you're invested in Simplify, let's say 200,000 plan, we are going to help you deploy all this router to make it a cash generating machines. Okay. And trust that, we're going to deploy this at high traffic locations. I think about KL Central, KL International Airports. I think Penang airports are also not bad, right? So all these high traffic locations whereby you have a lot of passengers, a lot of passerbys who are connecting to all this network, they probably use it for a couple of minutes, right? While waiting for their flight, or trains to be departed. So they use it for 1 hour, for example, consuming 1 gig of data, and then they pay you 1 ringgit, right? So every day you have a lot of these passengers coming around, the turnover is high, and obviously the revenue is going to be very high as well. So 15 routers, you deploy 14 of them at these high traffic locations, all selected by AI. We have AI engines to help you to select all these locations. When you approve it, we will deploy it for you, we will manage it for you, and you're just waiting to get your cash back. All right. So that's the purpose of having all these packages. And of course, right, so for lower tier packages, right, because 30,000 could be very high. Yeah, I don't have 30,000, that's fine, right? You can invest on lower tier, which is like 15,000, 7,500. This comes at the a lower tier plan. We even have a starter plan. There is only 1,005. Of course, you get nothing now, right? So there's no Thunderbird given to you. It's purely investing as a investor, right? And then waiting for your share price to rise over time, while also growing with us to actually witness, right, the future of 5G connectivity, right? So we also have that package. So it's up to you, and we are putting this up to a lot more people who are joining our webinar and also the seminar physically in different locations. And sometimes we get tremendous response, like the one in Digital Penang that we hosted just 2 weeks ago. We get instantly people signing up on the spot, right? Different packages itself, right? So I think we just roll to the quiz, right? So I think times is almost up. Yeah. So thanks for staying up to this point, right? So we got some free gift to give away. Okay, the first quiz here, yeah. So let's pay attention, right? So I'm going to ask you a question which is related to my presentation today. And then we're going to give you this Hollow Monster, right? Which is a 3D holograms gift that we've imported, working with a studio from Finland, right? You don't get this in Malaysia. We imported this thing. And then, you have a chance to win this Hollow Monster hologram game pack if you answer the quiz question correctly. Yeah. So get ready. All right. So I think my colleague here is going to ask the questions here now. So, okay, now let's review the questions. Going. All right. In the Smart City initiative, right, simplified solution has been used to power Malaysia's first fill in the blanks. So, anyone here who want to speak up, or you can type on the chat box. The first one. Anyone? Come on. Smart City program, right? I mentioned this, right? Talking about the first 5G, fill in the blanks. Anyone here? No one? Anyone want to give it a try? There was one particular project that I mentioned, right? Malaysia first 5G something that we're deploying in Ipoh. Anyone could remember? What is that? Nobody? Okay, if there's none, bus stop. Okay, Vera. Okay, so according in order, right? So I think Vera Leong, right? Congrats, yeah. So Vera got the first answer correct, yeah. So it's on the group chat here, right? Congrats, Vera. So please stay back. We'll need to get your address and phone number in order to send you the gift, yeah. So trust that you're gonna enjoy the gift, right? So this not something very common that you can find in Malaysia. Don't worry, we have quiz 2, right? Don't be sad, Tony, right? So they are quiz number 2, okay? Quiz 2. Next question, please. Yeah. Quiz 2. Okay, now, second question. Where can you find Simplified 5G Showcase in Malaysia, right? There are 2 places. We work with governments, obviously, in 2 locations where you can find Simplified 5G Showcase. There's a landmark in Malaysia. Yes, congrats, Tony. My 5G portal at TRX. Yeah, so at TRX lobby, you find this My 5G portal. Inside there is a Thunderbird 5G showcase area. Yeah, so congrats, Tony. I hope that I could invite you to be there to experience different or various 5G applications with Simplify, right? On December 11th afternoon, and there'll be more people joining as well from different seminar or even the online pitching sessions like this one, that we could invite them to experience and witness all this 5G showcase. So do stay back and give us your details. My colleague here will be sending you this special gift from Simplify. Yeah. So a bit of announcement here. the next online pitching hosted by MyStarter, right, will be on December 2nd. It will be at 8 p.m. at night. And then look up on MyStarter website or even on their Facebook, right? I think you can join us on this is the following Tuesday, right? The Tuesday after next week, right? 8 p.m. at night. And then we'll be pitching again on Zoom, right? So the next one, if you happen to be in Malacca, right? So we also have one more session at Malacca. This is a Chinese pitching session. If you have friends in Malacca as well, do invite them to join, right? These are physical sessions at Malacca, this is Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry on 6th of December, which is on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., right? And we have one more, right, which is the big one at my 5G portal. We call it Smarter Wi-Fi Revolutions on December 11 on Thursday at 2 to 4:30. Hopefully, we could invite some of you to actually come and visit my 5G portal at TRX. And then, of course, you're going to experience a lot more 5G applications and intermingle with our investors, our partners, and also our colleagues here who will be able to explain to you very interesting 5G use cases at my 5G portal on 11th of December, right? Okay, so thank you so much for the session today, and thanks for staying back. For those of you who would like to get in touch with me, this is my contact. You can WhatsApp me by scanning this QR code, right? You just do a screenshot. Maybe you can contact me later by scanning this QR code, and then we can have a one-to-one private chat. And then I'm sure my team will be able to assist you in terms of how we can help you save costs and how we can also invite you as our investors moving forward, and also getting some cash back, making growth together, right, moving forward. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for your attention today. And of course, I don't expect a large crowd on Sunday evening, but definitely we do have some quality crowd here who are spending time with us on this Sunday evening. And thanks so much for your time, and looking forward to see you in person, right? Thanks a lot. Okay. Thanks.
Across Malaysia, people struggle with poor connectivity, slowing dreams, limiting opportunities. But a new force rises. Thunderbird, the spirit of speed and innovation. With Smarter Wi-Fi, anyone can share the internet securely and earn, unlocking a connected Malaysia. The mission is clear. 1 million smarter Wi-Fi hotspots. Together we can become Wi-Fi heroes. What is smarter Wi-Fi then? Are you paying too much for Wi-Fi? Using it but not benefiting from it? Introducing Smarter Wi-Fi. You can now earn extra payout by hosting a Wi-Fi hotspot. Setting up Smarter Wi-Fi is easy. Just a few taps and your hotspot is live. And with real-time tracking, you'll always know how much data is shared and how much you've earned. From cafe owners to students, everyone can join. But fears remain. Is it safe to share? With Smarter Wi-Fi, security comes standard. Every connection is shielded by encrypted protection, ensuring that both host and guest enjoy peace of mind. The first wings take flight. Across Malaysia, the first 10,000 Smarter Wi-Fi hotspots come to life. From bustling cafes to quiet school corridors, from family homes to city rooftops, the network begins to glow. Hosts start earning, their Wi-Fi transformed into opportunity. Thunderbird soars above, saluting these pioneers, the first wings. Beyond the cities, Thunderbird takes flight. carrying the promise of smarter Wi-Fi to every corner of Malaysia. From bustling towns to remote islands, each new connection brings people closer. Students learning, families sharing, communities growing. Because in the mission for 1 million smarter Wi-Fi hotspots, no one is left behind. When the storm rises, fear and doubt cloud the path to connection. But every challenge sparks innovation. With the power of smarter Wi-Fi, barriers break, and hope takes flight. From the darkest storms, new connections are born, and communities rise stronger than before. Momentum builds across Malaysia. 100,000, 500,000, 800,000 hotspots lighting up the nation. Families earn, students thrive, entrepreneurs rise. Smarter Wi-Fi powers cities, schools, and homes. The nation connects, and Thunderbird soars higher than ever. The moment has arrived. 1 million smarter Wi-Fi hotspots, lighting up every city, town, and village. But this isn't the end. Thunderbird looks ahead to the next billion connections beyond Malaysia.